How much do you think it helps that him and Gardner knew each other and had worked out together before?
It definitely gives a jump start to the relationship, and they're familiar. And Gardner's been great, Sam's been great. Everyone's kind of trying to help him out. But yeah, to get it jump started from the get-go, definitely.
How important is it for the quarterback room to be close?
I think it's very important. Those guys, we got 3 of them in there now, and they're helping them, and everyone's helping each other, teaching them the offense, and I think that's very important for our room.
You kind of got a sense of how he wants to be coached just through the workout in Gainesville, but now having him in the building, what sense have you got for just how he wants to be coached by you?
I mean, he just wants to be coached. He's hungry. He wants to learn. I don't think he wants it a specific way. He wants to learn. He wants to be coached. He wants to watch guys do it. On film, he wants us to explain things, which I don't think he has a preference of how you coach him. He just wants to be coached.
Is there a challenge when you get quarterbacks with so many different or varied what they do, their strengths with Anthony and Gardner? Is it difficult to move forward when you got to kind of work with both different kind of guys?
I don't think so. I mean, at this point, we're kind of laying the foundation of our offense and teaching the base fundamentals, teaching our base offense. And, once we get to game planning, it might be different. But as of now, they're just kind of learning the foundation.
Cam, do you remember the first time you heard the name Anthony Richardson?
I think I do. When I was here, I took the job here and I heard the name, which during our season, we're not keeping up with college football too much, but I heard about him during the season, I guess, watching highlights and talking in the quarterback rooms. But deep dive into him was when I got here.
What were your first impressions on film?
Just impressive athlete, impressive thrower of the football, athlete, leader, all that stuff. Just watching him on film, not even knowing him. Just he can do some things a lot of people in this world can't do.
Is there is it fun to have a guy who is a little bit raw maybe and so young and be able to be in a position to help shape him with those kind of rare skills that you're talking about?
Yeah,
Was that a unique opportunity?
As a coach, it's always fun just to get a guy that wants to be coached, wants to learn, and is hungry, no matter how raw or polished they are, but just a guy that wants to be taught and learn is exciting.
Does he have kind of a perfectionist streak? Because I felt like during rookie minicamp, every once in a while you'd see him kind of like that after a throw.
Oh, yeah,
Some of them were completions.
Yeah, he wants to make every throw, and then he wants to put it in the right spot to maximize it, So that's, to his credit, he wants it to be perfect. It's football. It's not going to be perfect, but.
Did you guys see that in him in the pre-draft process? Because
Yeah,
I know that was a
he's-
big part of what Shane was looking for.
He's hard on himself, and he grades himself hard, and that's where all that comes in, where he might be mad because the ball's back shoulder when it should be in front.
When you guys went to Gainesville, what was it like seeing it in person?
I mean, very similar to what you're seeing now. Just that ball pops out of his hand. He's so talented, and just the stature of him, the size and athleticism.
When you watch him on your practice field now, fundamentally, how different does it look from what he left in Florida?
I mean, you see the talent, you see the arm. We're doing some things differently with his footwork and his technique, but as far as his talent, it's basically what we saw when we drafted him.
Is there a lot that you have to tweak with his technique?
I mean, I think there's, quarterbacks kind of throw how they throw, and you don't want to kind of mess with how they're throwing the whole life, but there are things you can clean up, with any quarterback, obviously, just with timing and footwork and just fundamentals.
And do you think those things are going to help him be more consistently accurate? I think the accuracy is probably overblown, but you want to be that
Right.
that consistency, right? Do you think
With any quarterback, if it's consistent footwork and it's the right footwork, you have the right timing, it's going to be more consistent when the ball comes out.
How valuable is Gardner Minshew just factoring into his development and having someone who's been in both situations, backup, starter, and having someone who can kind of tell him how it goes?
I think it's extremely valuable to have Gardner and also to have Sam too, who's a young quarterback. He's been through it recently as a rookie. He's started, he's played. Just having both of those guys who are familiar with the system and can teach them is extremely valuable.